What's good, fam?
Hey y'all, what's up?
So today we coming to build with you all, in relation to our few episodes that we've been, demonstrating over the last, several weeks. This particular topic today, we decided that we were going to build on what family is, family versus family. Um, so oftentimes I believe that we as individuals most of the time consider family as being those who were actually born, into our bloodlines and who we grew up with and who are actually genetically connected to us, biologically. But what I've come to realize, over a certain period of time, that family is not just individuals who are related to you by blood. Family can be numerous people. Family can also be individuals who you decide and create your family to be as. Um, I think I got a little bit more acquainted with this reality, during the time that I was incarcerated. And, I'm going to keep things generalized because this is not this particular episode. And, our platform is not used to try to shoot people down or, talk people, throw
Right.
shots. That's not what we do. We're just, keeping it real and building off of our experiences. You know what I mean? And so I think that when I was incarcerated for all of those years, I got a chance to actually see who my true family was. I had a lot of my blood relatives who were who stood by me and supported me and rocked out with me. But at the same time, I also came into contact with people who never even knew me. Who were a little bit even more supportive and involved with me than some of the individuals who I actually presumed or considered to be my family through blood ties. And so I think that when we as people have a tendency to call people family, we have a tendency to relate back to what traditionally is known as family. And I think we have to be a little bit more open minded and recognize that just because someone is considered to be family, they may not necessarily be your family. And those who you may consider to be relatives or close people who you got close ties with, they can actually be family too. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so what you think about that?
So yeah, I agree 100%. You have to watch who you call your family, and even the word friend, you can't use that too often.
This is true.
A lot of times people deal with you based on the ability what you can do for them or what's gonna benefit them. You have to be, real cautious when it comes to that. I mean, just bottom line, that's just what it is. That's the world we live in, and you just got to be smart enough and wise enough to know what it is that you striving to do and see what they striving to do and see if it match up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people have motives. Everybody don't be on the up and up. I mean, that's just what it is. It's sad, but it's true. But I know a lot of times a lot of people want to throw the word friend around or my sis, my bro, my BFF, and what does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is, a friend is somebody that you can count on when you down or when you going through something. If you can't call on that friend when you down or going through something, I mean, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? I mean, same thing when you're in a relationship. If you with that man and you with that woman, ladies, you with a man, you catch a flat tire, you call him and he can't even help you get your tire fixed. I mean, I'm just saying, what you need him for?
I mean, I like that.
I mean, that's just real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about being materialistic. It's about, can he protect you? Can he be there for you when you need him? At your weakest moments. Yeah. That goes for women and men.
Well, think about this. Like Alicia just said, you have a bunch of people who may consider themselves to be friends, but they may not necessarily be there for you in your time of need, like what one would consider a friend would do.
Right.
So if you just consider a friend to be someone who should be there in your time of need or be there to support you at a weakened moment, what more so should your family be?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's what I mean when we talk about family versus friends or family versus real family.
Right.
Like I said, when we talk about blood relatives, of course, your family by design, your family biologically, your family by genetics and nature. But a lot of times, if you're not connected to those individuals as deeply and spiritually and physically as you would expect them to be or how it should be, then oftentimes you find yourself connecting with people who you don't know or people who are outside of your, blood relatives who you actually consider to be your family. A lot of times we see our brothers and sisters in these street organizations, without actually dropping any names. And, some people, cast bad energy toward them. Oh, they gang banging, they out here, they this, that, and other. But you got to realize some of those brothers and sisters out there gravitated towards one another because the family that they were born into or the families that they were supposed to be connected to or related to in such a way, they didn't really get the nourishment and the ability to grow from those individuals. And so they, decided to move on and connect with individuals who, would be more conducive to what they were striving to accomplish.
Right.
You know what I mean? Peace, Kyle. What's up, bro? You good, DB?
Hey, what's up?
You know what I mean? And the truth of the matter is like, the bottom line is this: we just wanted to build on this episode. We're striving to make these episodes shorter and shorter because we don't want to be overbearing. We just kind of like want to touch on different subjects that may be something that's going on in our lives, or just being able to build and, like I said, interact with with our platform and with our fans and our followers and just people that we build with on a consistent basis.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, and the overall moral of this particular episode is to say, hey, choose your friends and your family wisely, and those who are related to you by blood, who you can't just automatically disconnect yourself from biologically. Sometimes it may be necessary to disconnect yourselves physically and reconnect with other individuals who may be more in line, with your reality and what your purpose is in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can still love them, but you can love them from a distance.
True indeed.
Truth of the matter is, certain love don't supposed to hurt. It just don't. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people make excuses for that. Same, if you're in a relationship, ladies, with a man and he's constantly hurting you, disrespecting you, mistreating you, that ain't how that's supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A relationship. So if he doing anything other than trying to protect your heart, your mind, your soul, he ain't for you.
This is true.
And that's just the reality of it. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. They make excuses. Oh, well, he's upset or she's upset or we just going through something. You ain't got to go through that much drama in a relationship to find the key happiness to the whole thing. It just don't take all that.
True
Me and Babe, we disagree. But we ain't over here fighting like cats and dogs. And I mean, it's just the way you handle things.
Yeah.
And certain things just don't supposed to be if somebody call themselves your family, your friend, they love you, you my BFF, all of that. Me personally, I've been got away from hanging with a whole lot of females. I got female friends that I'm cool with and hey, how you doing? And things of that nature. And, we might go out from time to time, but I could count on one hand how many females I really deal with. And if you all notice, I don't be in no drama. You know why? Because I don't deal with a bunch of chicks. I don't deal with a bunch of people. It's not that I'm acting funny or anything. It's just that I'm not going to let anybody disrupt my peace. And ladies, we all know that sometimes when you deal with a lot of women, there comes the drama, period. I mean, that's just what it is. So what I'm saying to you all, my whole thought process about the whole family thing is that before y'all get to hollering my BFF, my sis, my bro, my family, really think about what that means. Exactly. Think about if you in a think about if you in a situation and you need that family, that BFF, that bro, that sis, are they gonna be there for you?
Exactly.
And if they not, and you don't see yourself being able to be there, be able to call on them at your weakest time, then maybe you need to find another name for them.
Let me interject this for just one second, because like I said, we're gonna wrap this up. One of the foundations friends and family is built upon is, that 4-letter word that we call love. That word love has so much power, but we as a culture and as a society have, decided to use that word so loosely now that it really doesn't have a true meaning anymore. But I do want to say this about love. Oftentimes we as people have a tendency to only associate the emotion love with that word. But the truth of the matter is, love is really an action.
That's all it is.
It's an action. Action. The emotion of love derives from the action.
That's
you know what I mean? So, for instance, when you meet someone, right, before you can actually love them on a real level, there is an interaction that has to take place. Right. There has to be some form of devotion. There got to be some form of communication. There got to be some form of an exchange or something that is done before you actually begin to generate those feelings and emotions of love.
Right.
If you just automatically associate love with a certain emotion or a thing that you feel, you miss the whole point, because if there is something that is not done to you or by you to connect with someone in relation to love, then there will never be any type of emotional or should I say genuine emotion of love, because there was nothing that was created before that for that emotion of love to stand on. And so, with Alicia and I, there was a lot of interaction, and I'm going to say there was a lot of the verb love that was, shared between us before we got a chance to fully recognize, acknowledge, and relish in the emotions that we share with each other. And so a lot of people don't, I say that because a lot of people don't really grasp that concept. Just take, for instance, real briefly, a woman who's getting ready to give birth to a child. She has not met that child yet, right? So she can actually say that she loves it, but the only reason that she loves it is because she's caring for it. She's nurturing it. She's doing all of these things for it, even while it's in the womb. So when that baby is produced and she actually sees it for the first time, that emotion comes rushing forth, because there was a thing that was done prior to her actually feeling what she feels when she looks that child in his eyes.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so it's the same thing when you build with people and build with other individuals. You have to have something tangible before you can actually experience that which is intangible. And that's basically all I got to say on that regard. I just want to say, man.
Let me say this, though.
Go ahead, baby.
And the truth of the matter is that a person don't even have to sit up and say, I love you. If they showing you the love, because some people don't know how to say that. Some people not used to saying that.
Sure.
But if they're showing the love, sometimes you got to take that and run with it, because guess what? Anybody can sit up and say they love you. I can say that till I'm blue in the face. But if I'm not showing you any action with that, what does it matter?
No.
You know I love you. Because I did all them years while he was locked up. I'm out here. Celibate, the whole nine. Ain't no shame in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Holidays passing, Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day, all of that.
Right.
I'm sitting here chilling.
But even then, that was a sacrifice. That was an action. That was something that she did that caused those feelings of love to be, interchanged.
So if I never tell you I tell you that all the time. But if I never had to told him I love him,
that's why I love you, boo. That's why you my family. You my
family. Listen. If I never told him I loved him, he better not even crack his lip to act like he don't know it.
That's because she already know that.
I showed it.
The love we got,
you know what I'm saying,
is 1,000.
1,000.
Real
lifestyle.
Real talk.
So that's all we really came on here to say tonight. You know what I'm saying?
And we didn't get a chance to build yesterday on Sunday because it was Super Bowl Sunday, and we didn't want to interrupt anybody's flow. We just kind of want to come on here and chop it up and build with y'all on this Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same thing. We sharing, what we got for the day, and hopefully these words were of some form of inspiration to somebody. And we look forward to inspiring people and getting inspired by you all as well. And that's just basically what it boils down to.
So I hope everybody is having a blessed Monday.
You know what I mean?
We are.
And remember, loyalty is royalty, and whatever you do, stay true.
For real.
That's what it is. Go visit that website, loyallifestyle1000.com, and get y'all Loyal Lifestyle apparel, merchandise, and anything else that y'all may feel may express what it is that we building on and how we share this love with one another. Peace.